history in older times when it was very useful, or usually the wall and the grounds are moving, like in old wooden houses, something like that. So everybody expect that everything is moving. So it was not built to be sustainable without gaps in between. Now in the modern architecture we tried to stabilize everything. And that's why we had also to invent these elements or these systems to glue things together. We see that we need on the end this movement in between the 2 points. And the question for us, and in each junction the question is, if we want to show this movement, if we want to hide them, and how we can hide them. Yeah? And that's why it's, I think, something which goes through the architectural history of the time.
When we talk about, when we start to talk about joints, that is like one example what we have here, that we have more or less 2 materials that come together. And the question is still for us, why they put these wooden pieces according to the ground and the wall together there. So in this case it's a quite philosophical point also. You see this gap and you cannot see the end of the gap, so it's really a little bit like the things are moving in between each other. This is one situation where there's another strategy to hide a little bit the junction, not to show. You have to go closer to it, you can look in. Let's say it's more an open geological view what you can use there. And so in this case this is more honest. The other ones try to hide, and this is more an honest one. And this is a little bit a contradiction what you have there. So you have a material which is sustainable for millions of years. You have this sustainable concrete wall of millions of years, and then you have a kind of plastic or artificial thing in between, built by chemical industry to bring this 2 things together. There's a huge cultural distance in between these 2 things now. Usually architects, they like this because they have not this horizontal difference in this, not to hide. But then on the end you see a little bit this irony here. They paint this, no? This is just painted on the end. No? But this is also in reference to this wooden line what you have to hide usually this junction. If you have a huge building, this is something, it's far away from our viewpoint. It's somewhere on the ground, you don't see it usually, you don't care about. This is something where we speak with the house cleaners more about that than with, let's say, with clients. On the end, it can be a discussion with the house cleaner, but on another way, it can be also a discussion about your attention, how you want to show your kind of architecture, how your walls are linked with the ground. So is your house growing up from the ground? Examples here, but there are also examples that the wall and the ground is one, no? So that you have a unification of it, that the ground and the wall is the same, built by a unique material. You can do it, you have a concrete ground and the concrete wall. And that's why it's also a position of yourself, how you want to link the materials, no? You want to be this guy or this architect who is working with this gluing and adding things together. When you had 5 discussions to this problem, you will go more detailed perception through buildings, and you will ask yourself, and you see on a lot of places where they had discussions about that and where not. Sometimes you can find solutions in ancient times where say, oh, this was intelligent, maybe I can use it, or it's something for me.